Has anybody ever been to the edge? You know what the edge is? You know what the edge is, right? The edge is this. You're all excited. Your battery is charged. It's Monday morning. You're all excited. I saw the speaker on Friday. I'm fired up. This is going to be good stuff, right? So I go to get my venti non-fat mocha plus whip from the drive-thru. I drive to my practice. I park in my parking spot. My battery is fully charged. I earn my shower. I'm fired up, right? I'm fired up. Sit in my morning huddle. Seems to be going pretty well. Everything's going well. One of my key team members that's with me for 10 years pulls me aside at the conclusion of my morning huddle, and she says, "Doc, I got to tell you something. Doesn't your heart just fall in your stomach?" Okay? She says, "My husband's got a job in North Jersey, and we got to move next week. Later on, your second patient cancels. It was a big appointment. Now production's in the tubes, right? Later on, a lab case doesn't fit, and now you're really burning some of your battery, right? You're burning it. The afternoon, you are at the edge. You literally can't take any more. You are at the edge. And now, your 2 o'clock patient is Mr. Energy Sucker. And your battery light's going like this. And Mr. Energy Sucker is just asking questions. What about this? What about that? What about this? And your battery light's like this. And you're having like flashbacks from A Few Good Men. You know when Jack Nicholson is just being badgered by Tom Cruise, you know, and Tom Cruise is just like, and Nicholson's at the edge. And Nicholson, you know Nicholson's gonna explode any second now. He's just gonna freak out, right? And Mr. Energy Sucker happens to give you that one question. He says something like this: "Doctor, I think I'm entitled to understand what my benefits would cover." And you say something like, "You want answers? You want answers. You can't handle the truth, son. Your insurance only compromises the quality care that I can provide to my patients. Who's going to provide high-quality care? You? You, Dr. Shiffy? I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep when your mouth hurts, and you beg me to fix it. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that your insurance playing the middleman in our communication only hurts you. We use words like optimal health, responsibility, and centric relation. We use these words as a backbone of a lifetime spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of care that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would just as soon you said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a brush and start flossing. Either way, I don't give a damn as to what you think you're entitled to. But haven't you wanted to say that? You want to say that, but you can't. You want to do that. So we got to skillfully manage energy so we don't get to the edge, right? We're at the edge. And sometimes we don't even know what the edge is. We just say things like we're stressed out. You know what I mean? But we haven't managed energy. These energy suckers kill us. So we've got to do two things. We've got to build capacity. We've got to limit the ability that energy suckers suck from us. There's things that suck energy all day. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do on Monday. Before Monday, go to OfficeMax and get 3 different colored dots. Get green dots, get yellow dots, and get red dots. Okay? And in your morning huddle for the next 5 years, I want you to sit with your team and I want you to say, is this an energy sucker or is this an energy giver with every patient, okay? And this is how you're going to code them. You're going to code every patient. So patients that get, here's the grading criteria. There's only 3, okay? Number 1, do we enjoy these people? Okay, do I like this person? Number 2, do they show up? And number 3, do they pay? That's it. It has absolutely nothing to do with how rich they are or what social circles they're in. Do we like them? Do they pay? And do they show up? That's it. That's the only grading criteria. Those patients that fit that criteria, they get a green dot. And we call them A patients, okay? Call them A patients. Now, on the other hand, patients that are C patients are what? They're suckers. We don't like them. They don't show up and they don't pay. But yet we like stalking them and trying to get them in our schedule, right? You gotta come back and see me. Come back. She canceled again. Get her back. It's like hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. It's crazy. Why would you do that? It's nuts, okay? So we give patients that are C patients, we give them red dots, all right? And they're basically energy suckers. Now this is very important. The other patients are B patients, and they're patients that can go one direction or they can go another. It's still to be determined. Now this is really, really important. It's important for the front of the house and the back of the house to come to a conclusion. Because while you as the dentist might like Mrs. Smith, and she's really nice and she's so great, the people at the front desk go, are you nuts? She's canceled 9 times, she never pays, and she gives me a hard time. Every time. You know? And the same thing, vice versa, works also. You know? You might like her at the front desk, she pays, she shows up, she's such a pleasant patient. But clinically, she's like killing me. She's like, oh, she's all over the place. She never takes care of herself. She's asking a million questions, and she never does anything we ask her to do. She sucks energy from me. Now, it's not that these are good or bad people. It just helps us make decisions. So if I work the front desk in your office, and I got an opening tomorrow, and I pull a chart, and there's a red dot on it, what am I thinking? She's not getting that spot, right? What we don't do as dentists is we don't decide who we're going to help. So we help everybody. And John Coyce helped me with this a long time ago. And I love this. This is one of the best things he ever said to me. He said, you can't be the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard saves everybody. Everybody. They save everybody. You can't be the Coast Guard. Some people are going to drown. You have to let them drown. Okay? You can't save people that don't want to be saved. And they don't change their spots. So don't be a Coast Guard. Same thing in my business. People call me all the time. You got to help me with my production. My question is, do you want to be helped? Do you want to grow? Because I can't fix that for you. I'm going to help you fix it for you. You're going to fix it for yourself. That's it. And that's healthy. You know, it's so funny because we put so much stress on the people at the front desk because they're responsible for getting these people in. Hey, I got an idea. What if we made people responsible for themselves getting in here? So we got to be able to manage energy really well. So we A, B, and C patients, and this is how we do it. When we take a schedule like this, look how much red is in that. What's going on in your stomach?
Acid production.
Acid. It's crazy. This is nuts. You can't. Nobody likes doing this. I don't care what you can hide behind the whole I love dentistry. No, you don't. You hate it. I hate it. What you do over the course of a lifetime is you don't kick people out. Don't kick people out. That's the worst marketing you could possibly do. What you really do is you just change your focus. Instead of trying to help everybody, I'm just going to help the people that really want to be helped. Because what happens is that you'll never really get rid of every single energy sucker. I hope you do. That would be great. But there's always a few that kind of hang on. But we never intentionally go in that direction. And the problem is that these people right here, they only make up 18 to 20% of our practice, but they cause 80% of our problems, don't we? Energy suckers keep us from enjoying life. If you have an energy sucker in your schedule, and you see them during the day, and you go to see your son's baseball game at night, they're stealing energy from you. I can't even watch my son's baseball game because of that energy sucker in my schedule. So we don't put them in the schedule. We don't stalk them. We put them on lists. And you say things like this if they're persistent. You know, Susie, I've noticed that we've given you an appointment 9 times, and you canceled every single one of them. So what I'd like to do is I want to put you on a list, and we're going to find a time that's convenient for both of us. So I'll call you when something opens up. Okay? If you're persistent and you want to give an appointment, just say, look, I've noticed, that's a great statement, I've noticed you've canceled this appointment 9 times. I want to make sure that when I give you this appointment, you're going to keep it. You got to be honest with people, okay? So we start to change. Now, once you start to do this and you eliminate the energy suckers in your practice, you just go like this. You're just like, yes! You know what I mean? It just feels good. You love going to practice.